Hey coaches, Ashton Breitbach, founder of Believe to Achieve. I want to make a video and talk to you guys about some great tips as far as social media goes. I know that we've had a lot of new coaches join the team, and some people are like, okay, well, what can I post and what can I post, or what should I post about? You know, you're probably looking at the BAT, also known as the Business Activity Tracker, and it's like post 3 to 5 times a day, and you're like, what do I post about, and how can I post 3 to 5 times a day? So don't get overwhelmed with what you're posting, because some things are going to work, other things aren't. Some things are going to could be great one day, and then the next day it's not. The timing and everything just plays a major role in what's going on, but also interaction. So if you're commenting on, let's say you comment on a bunch of coaches' posts, which is great, you know, that's awesome. How Facebook works is it likes to hide people that you don't really talk with that much anymore. So that's why it's great to have your Facebook friends list to go through and like and comment on their stuff. And they're like, wait a minute, what has she been up to lately? Like, let me check her page. And then they get to scroll your Facebook and hear and see how your life is changing. I know that when we become coaches, sometimes we can go straight into vomiting about Beachbody, 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 this and this and this and this, because we're so excited about what it's doing for our life and how it's changing our life and how it's affecting our family, that's what we want to talk about. But that's not ultimately why we're here, or what we need to talk about. I can give you the biggest tip ever is to never put anything past you. Like, don't push anything past you to talk or to speak or to post about on Facebook. The more vulnerable you are, I mean, you might as well not even have a comfort zone. You might as well pop the bubble, and you do not have a bubble. I mean, the reason why is because we like to try to hide things, or we like to try to keep things in about struggles that we're going through. And is every struggle something that you probably want to speak out about? No. Like, I mean, if you're having a difficult time with your spouse, or, I don't know, like, take that to them. But then you could maybe talk about how, hey, we had a rough patch or whatever, and we started doing counseling. And so there's in certain manners and forms that I have seen coaches speak about that, but you're not going to go and bash them, right? No, not good. The more vulnerable you are, the more people will connect with you and your story, and they'll see and hear and feel similar situations that they're going through, that you're going through, or that you've gotten through. And that's where a big connection builds in with relationships. So don't have a comfort zone. You're going to speak about these things, and you're going to be speaking life into the situations that you've gone through, and how, you're not going to let anything knock you down, even though you may feel defeated, and even though you're going through a struggle or a rough time. And of course, maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you have a moment where you feel defeated and you're like, I don't know what to do. This is how I'm feeling. I just, I want to shut everything out. And then that's when you have the support, because you've shared your life with people. So if you can see how everything comes together, like, when we do feel frustrated, we get great support, and we turn that around, and we show people how we turned it around. But so your social media is 80% you and 20% Beachbody, or, your coaching. I mean, I post about my workout or my Shakeology every single day. I don't just, like, if this was my Shakeology, I don't have it up and like, yum. I want to add something into it. So, like, this morning I talked about how, it's been just, first of all, it's been crazy. we are really in a busy season right now. We've been in a very busy season with our family for probably since last month. So last month, this month, the next couple of months, it's going to be very, very extremely, I can't even describe. So, I talked about how I can't tell you how many countless people I hear do not eat breakfast because they're too busy, like they have to get out the door, and then they just forget, like they don't have the time to do it. Or what they'll do is, since they don't really have time, they'll go and grab something from the gas station or fast food. And so I talked about how, I used to feel a similar way, but it was for dinner. We would have dinner. This was before I started my transformation. I'd have dinner from Burger King pretty much almost every single time. And I can't believe the amount of money I wasted and the junk that I put into my body. So I kind of had a little story about that, about how I'm so blessed that I have such a great nutrition that can, keep me fueled, and it's 10 times cheaper than going out to eat and 100 times healthier. And it really doesn't take much time to do it. I don't even know if I put that in there. But so you're adding a little bit of story behind it. You're not like, hey, Shakeology, best thing in the world, come and check out my website, or, check this out. Workouts too, what are you struggling with? How long have you been doing your workouts for? Did you lose any weight, or did you not want to get up in the morning, but you did your workout? Like, those are things to talk about when you're posting out about your workout, not just saying like, Flex Friday, got my workout in. If that makes sense, okay? Also, there's things that you can do as far as breadcrumbing. And when we talk about breadcrumbing, it's really about bringing out how stuff has affected your life. Or I'm not saying that you have to take forever to write, or you have to make this big, long stuff all the time. Because I'll tell you right now, you can post something that's so, and I don't like to call it this, but let's say, okay, they're pointless posts. They're pointless posts that blow up your Facebook, but can attract a lot of people to comment, to like, to share, and bring people over to see the posts that are important, as I want to say. Because, for instance, I posted out about, it was just a picture that said, congrats, you had a baby. The first name is the color of your shirt, and the last name, or the middle name, is what you ate last. People are still commenting on it. It was a couple days ago, and there's been like 50 some shares. And I'm like sitting here like wanting to take something and like, oh, really? Like 50 some shares on this stupid post? But yet when I have something very important to say and powerful and something that I feel is so valuable, I'll get like 8 likes. And I'm, whatever. So, but those will draw people into your news feed to see what you're up to, because you're going to be reaching a lot of people. Maybe, that was 50 some shares. That's insane. I'm sorry, it is. Like, I think that's been the highest number of shares. Even my transformation didn't get that many shares. Like, I cannot, it's mind boggling to me. But anyways, so breadcrumbing, I'm going to get back to breadcrumbing. So something that I've talked about is going to my kids' events and being able to, how blessed I am. And of course, how you speak is going to be how you speak. I am very faith-driven, so I am very blessed that I get to be at home with my kids. The summer, they're not going to have to go to daycare and be away from me. I get to be able to feed and fuel life into them and take care of them while still setting my time for my business hours on my own time. I have my own free time as far as that goes. Paying off credit cards, which has been a blessing. Maybe you're like, okay, well, I just started. Well, if you make any sort of paycheck, you got to think $20 extra. You wouldn't have that without this business. So maybe it was like, hey, my paycheck paid for my groceries this week, or my paycheck put gas in my vehicle this week. And I don't even understand it, because all I'm doing is trying to help people achieve their goals, and I'm earning an income from this. Like, this really is a blessing. This is a blessing of a business, I want to say. And I'm very grateful and thankful that God put me into this business. So that's about breadcrumbing. Dogs and kids go nuts with post. You can always ask questions or side by side. So some things, let me see here. Some things that I learned as far as ways to attract more likes and things like that is, number one, like, think about who you're speaking to. When you're trying to really draw people in, who are you speaking to? Because you're always going to want to think about that one person. And we always talk about quality over quantity. Yes, post 3 to 5 times a day, but sometimes maybe you just need that quick post that's like, drop your 5th photo from your last whatever. Don't know why, but they work. So, but always think about who you're speaking to. Like me, I really am trying to reach parents. More mothers, but I'm trying to reach mothers who are struggling with their self-confidence, mothers that are struggling to be healthy for their family because all they want to do, they're taking care of their family, but they don't take care of themselves. I'm trying to find that mom that is struggling financially, who's looking for a way out. Like, how can I do this? Especially single parents, because I was a single parent, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I had to really figure out how to drive my time and drive this business, and also take care of myself and take care of them, and do everything in the home on my own. And that's not easy. It's hard. So I know that even though I'm married now, I still want to try to reach out to those people, because it drives me to want to help them get out of that situation, because I was there. Develop a brand. When you're using, maybe you like to put words on photos and stuff. Are you using the same font? Are you using the same color? Because the more that people, they'll scroll the Facebook news feed, and they'll be like, they don't even have to look at the name or whatever. They see a photo and they're like, yep, that's hers. That's hers. Not necessarily that you have to do that, but if you're going to, highly recommend that you try to stay with the similar fonts or colors that you're using and stuff like that. So, sharing post. Okay, I don't like to share post. I don't like to share post on my regular Facebook page. Sometimes, very, 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 very seldomly, I'll share something that is maybe really, really highly liked post, or really popular post. And so, like, there was an instance, which I haven't shared it yet, but this girl who had Down syndrome just became a Zumba instructor or whatever. And that's inspiring. Like, that's something that I'd be like, okay, I want to share this. Like, you rock. Like, you're amazing. Like, because we have all these people that give excuses for anything and everything. And here are so many people that just strive to achieve the greatest thing. Like, let's not even talk. But sharing posts, if you're sharing quotes, don't share quotes. Grab the quote, make it into your own photo if you want, and then speak about what it spoke about to you. Videos. Videos are great. I don't do enough. Not making a video and putting it on YouTube, because Facebook is wanting to be, they want to be everything. Like, they want, now they have the live videos because Periscope was so hot. YouTube, if you put the link for YouTube, it doesn't get a lot of attraction. So you can make a video and then put it onto Facebook. You can do a live video if you'd like, which is more interesting because you never know what's going to happen. And like, pick, play, post, it's great. It's okay, but it's not the greatest. A lot of people aren't using that anymore. You know, even if I'd rather see a 30-second video of you and your workout, or a minute, than to have bits and pieces of you doing all of it. You know, save, you know, if you want to do that, what you can do is, let's say you did max 30 something, and you had these moves, and of course they're all tough. So you're like, I want to show you exactly what I'm going through in a day. Take one part where you're rocking it, like that minute long, save it, use it for that day. And the next day use, or, you know, in a few days, use that one. You know, it's not like it has to be, okay, I did this workout this day, and so I can only use this. Feel free to use those moves that you have maybe 6 or 7 minutes of, and space them out throughout the week and throughout, or maybe, you know, even the next week when you do that workout, instead of taping it maybe that time. So just some things to think about as far as the workout videos go. Ask questions on your Facebook and do comparison photos and stuff like, hey, what sunglasses? I don't know which ones I should get. Well, obviously, this isn't a sunglass, but you know what I mean. Should I get A or B? Or, I did one for my daughter. I'm like, okay, she wants all 3 dresses. She can only get one. What one? Help her out. She loves doing those, by the way. Comparison photos, questions, you know, maybe like for me, I'm going to be breastfeeding when Christian comes, and a lot of, there's big yeah, we won't even get into it. Stuff like that. Your face. I can't tell you how important it is to show your face, your family, your life, not just having pictures. I mean, you know what? Build up your confidence. If you're like, I struggle with confidence, guess what? This is where you do it. You do it now. You start to do it, and it's going to build up, okay? Personal development will help you with your confidence. Respond to comments. Respond to comments is very important on Facebook. If someone comments on it, acknowledge them, comment. I can't say I comment on everything, like especially that post that had all the comments about green cheese or whatever, you know, because they did that post that I talked about earlier. I'm not going to comment on every single one of those. It's not very important. But when it has to do with your life and people are like, wow, you're doing so great, or this or that, acknowledge that. Thank you so much for taking your time to like that, or to comment on my photo. It really means a lot to me. You can even send it to them in a personal message, but then comment and just being like, thank you. That will really help as well as far as your post goes. So, and then just remember, provide value. Ask yourself, is what I'm going to post out going to add value to people? Is it entertaining? Is it something that people are going to share, like, or comment on? Is it, is it asking a question? Is it me? Is it authentic? Is it real? Those are just some questions I ask. So again, I know I said it was a quick video and it turned into a long video, but I really hope that helps you start to understand as far as what to post out about Facebook, tips about Facebook, and where to go from there. Don't ever hesitate to tag me or to tag your upline or to tag a few people in those posts that are very, very scary, because we're behind you and we want to give you praise and love and, just acknowledge the amazing journey that you're taking, and that's going to continue. So have an amazing weekend, you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.